Negative zone. She thrives on Twitter chat. Wish you could pin variants in the shop. So pinning variants in the shop is literally never going to happen because variants being pinned in the shop reduces fear of missing out and would reduce sales. So the feature I'm suggesting would encourage me to buy more things. The feature you're suggesting would result in less impulse sales, so it's bad, not going to happen. So I'm making a realistic suggestion because it would help them make more money. But the reality is things like that would make them less money. So they're unlikely to do them. Orbeus into Zabu. Are we at a point yet where I could be like, you know how we know they're playing a Zabu deck, chat? They're playing Marvel Snap. Are we at that point yet? It feels like we're rapidly approaching that point. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then if I end on Iron Man, Mystique will copy Iron Man. And there are Booster Vault mechanic officially back on the dev list. Yeah, there's officially a mechanic to help you get boosters for specific cards, but what does that have to do with anything? I'm starting to see Zabu and Shang and Surfer, so yeah, I'm really curious to see if the Cat or Shang-Chi lose a point of power on Thursday. There is a Thursday OTA coming. To me, boosters are a challenge for progression. Yeah, that's not a thing on my end. Mine is more about the fact that I'm bottlenecked on credits. Do you need to play around Goliath? I can't play around Goliath, chat. We're just dead to the card. Just dead. Alright, this is gonna come down to how many Ironheart triggers land left. We need one singular Ironheart trigger to land on the right, Jim. Or left. So we're good. We're good there regardless, because if one hit left we won, or if one hit right we won. Victory. The only situation we lose here are all three going center. Reduce the power from Zabu that gets discounted by Ravona. So I don't think Ravona discounting Zabu is relevant. So I think taking Shang down to 1 point of power would be bad, because Ravona discounting Shang would be super relevant. But I think 2-1 Zabu is basically all downside. There'll be some niches where it would technically make things more efficient for people, but on average, I think taking points of power away from Zabu is mostly downside. It's worse for it far more often. I mean, making Shang a 5-drop sounds fantastic. That's like a dream state that's never gonna happen. Yeah, like a 5/5 Shang would be my like, Jeff, when you get to do something to Shang, you can't change his text box. 5/5 would be my call. Iron Man and Mystique in our deck here still. Can we avoid drawing both of those with this negative Iron Man?
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir!
Oh, Darkhawk was in our deck too. That's lovely. part of me wants to just do this. Can I do this? I don't know if this is right, but it's funny, so I'm gonna do it.
Clear for takeoff.
Noise. As we will, gamers. Are there any plays that ever beat this? I'm not sure that there are. So the handful of plays that beat this, Cosmo shuts down.
I am Iron Man. Mjolnir, to me!
Itty bitty baby Hulk, chat. Hey, Rolf, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. We're hanging out playing some Mr. Negative. Our opponent is sweating in the proving ground. I think in honor, it's been far enough from lunch, chat, that I think we can pedal. In honor of our sweaty opponent, I think we need to sweat a bit ourselves. Get on the old bike. $9,000 steps since you started the stream. That's a lot of steps, gamers. Ooh, poor Sunspot. Let's soak up some sun, so maybe he won't be too bad off here. What are your thoughts on Cull Obsidian? It is difficult for me to get excited about 4 energy cards that die to Shang-Chi. It both dies to Shang and is smaller than Miss Marvel. Maybe it will surprise us. But I don't know that I'm particularly optimistic for it. Excuse me. Woo. Excuse me. Alley-oop. Feels like a better Crossbones. Yeah, I mean, a Cull Obsidian is better than Crossbones, almost assuredly. The question isn't, is the card better than Crossbones, though? The question is this card playable? Okay, so if I Havok here, I gain 8. Nebula keeps pace with Cyclops. That puts us 11 to 10, but then they're going to get 6 more. I'm probably supposed to just play for middle, yeah? Does Mystique Havok win middle? Oh, it might actually. Let's try that. I like that idea. Oh, Billy boy. Listen, chat, there's a reason why when we play this deck, it was titled Toxic Negative. So, I lose 3 down to 2. They lose 2 down to 9. I gain 9 up to 11. Math. vibing for now. Honestly, Nebula and Vibranium Mites is great for us, right? Just gonna let her grow up big and strong. Well, now I think I want to just do this. With the Darkhawk draw, I want to leave the mines open. This is bad if they Cyclops us middle, but other than that, it's good for us. That works out for the home team here. And then we do this. We soak one here to win the middle, and then I can play Darkhawk here, which will lock up the mines. I really hope this card gets some love. Is he playable at +5 per turn, chat? Is he playable at +5 per turn? He's such a cool design. I absolutely love the concept of him as a card. It would put it into Shang range after 2 hits, that's true. But it's also noteworthy, if you play it on turn 5, it never dies to Shang, right? He's playable now. He actually has some of the, look, I'm one of the biggest Havok stands around, chat. I played a lot of Havok. At 5, he's a 310, which is some saucy stats. Yeah, I agree, Alex. Give him +4.5. How long do you think it is until we get a, how long do you think it is until we get, like, a half power card? What's a Marvel character that fits, like, a 2.5 power card? I'm sure there's some kind of character that makes sense for, right? Probably never. Yeah, classic City of Ass. Hey, Hannah, thank you for the sub. Gamers, if you're looking for another excellent content creator to follow, tap the heart above the chat there. Hannah's here on Twitch making a lot of great stuff here in the Marvel Snap community. All right, let's queue one more with this one, and then we got one more viewer deck to wrap things up with today. Appreciate everybody hanging out through the end. .5 points isn't meaningfully different than a whole point, though, unless your opponent has 0.5 power card. Well, so it is kind of, though, right? Because, like, a 2.5 power card beats 2 power things but loses to 3 power things. So, like, it does exactly what you would expect a fraction to. It lets you kind of straddle that middle. They have our Jade, we have their Leech. No fun will be had by any. Honestly, this is probably going to be a retreat before they see we're Mr. Negative Angle. You win tied locations would feel more Marvel Snappy. Sure, but the half a point would be better for determining priority throughout the course of the game, right? Glenn mentioned they had no interest in doing that. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be a thing where, like, lots of cards have... I wouldn't expect it to be a thing where, like, fractional power would be something you would see on a lot of cards. I would expect it to be exactly what the comment there from Glenn and the team answers is. It would be some kind of one-off novelty mechanic on some type of specific character where it made a flavor reason for that character to have fractional power. Yeah, it would be a rules breaking card. Definitely agree that like I would not want that to be a commonplace thing. Not ideal. As our opponent DC'd. It's edge.
Victory.
Well, that's one way to get a gold ticket back, I suppose. So, I think saying Annie Debris was something they didn't want to happen is actually a misunderstanding of saying they didn't want a Nihilist to play with Debris is a misunderstanding mechanically of what was happening in the metagame with those cards. So, before they removed a Nihilist working with Debris, none of the good Annihilist decks were playing Debris. She wasn't a card they wanted to play. And simultaneously, decks that weren't Annihilist decks couldn't play Debris themselves because playing Debris into Annihilist meant you just got shit on by your opponent's Annihilist. So, removing Debris rocks from what Annihilist kicks across the board was actually a balance change that makes Debris more playable, not less. Because Annihilist decks didn't want her, while simultaneously Annihilist existing and functioning with her rocks made her not playable. And she's not really this omnipresent metagame force even after that change, but she's certainly better than she was when Annihilist just like arbitrarily invalidated her whenever you queued into Annihilist with her. That's one of those things where there are a bunch of people who chose to get mad about that change happening, and they just very clearly didn't understand mechanically what was going on in the format with those two cards with each other. That's one of the many examples of really good balance that Second Dinner decided to implement. That was very, very, very good on their part, in my opinion. I might just make this a fact-finding mission. Our draw really kind of sucks. I only have one good card to flip with a negative. I'm just gonna fill in a couple more cards to their deck here. They might only get one more here before they snap us, but I just like to see what's up. Thanks for hanging out, Darius. Appreciate it. Thing Gladiator. Interesting. I'll see if they'll give us one more freebie here. They're like some kind of Sarah Hazmat deck with Luke Cage, maybe? It's bad for Iron Man. Yeah, but I'm out. Thanks for showing me two more cards you didn't have to. I think this is something that gets failed to be identified appropriately from both sides a lot of the time in Marvel Snap, where players don't realize when the game is over and they should just be collecting information, and simultaneously opponents don't realize when their opponent has figured that out and they're just collecting information about their deck. So most of their balance takes are very good. What do you think their reasoning is for not touching Zabu? Zabu is one of the more puzzling ones to me. Mechanically, I understand why they haven't touched Shang-Chi, because I assume they view Shang-Chi as just like the bubblegum that holds the format together. But Zabu still being what it is honestly truly baffling to me. That is one that I just genuinely do not understand. definitely Sarah Tech cards. Where am I playing these? Playing them on the left is the most conservative, but I don't know that I need to do that. This leaves me the flexibility to play for the most spots. Whoo, buddy old pal! Oh, buddy old pal. Thank you. I think I need to wait because I want to try and get 4 cubes out of them here. If I play these out, I definitely only get 2 cubes, and I don't think they're an Annihilus deck, right? Like my expectation is they're not playing Annihilus in their Sarah deck. Like, obviously we could get got by that. They could be playing Sarah or Annihilus in their whatever deck, but or Eliath, sorry. I'm saying Annihilus, I mean Eliath. This is certainly our best odds to get the most cubes here. Yeah, I think they're just like Luke Cage stuff. This is one of those spots where if we were all in, or if we're playing a game that wasn't Snap with a cube system, I would have played my cards out last turn to lock up the game win. But I'm not just trying to win the game, I'm trying to win the most cubes inside of this game. In chat. So Jane Foster inside of Mr. Negative is one of those effects where for a long time I was pretty against putting Jane Foster inside of this deck. But the reality is that when push comes to shove, most people just don't retreat in Snap when they are deterministically beat a lot of the time. They're just not counting, or they don't understand what your output range is. I think in a game where Snap had people that were playing at like a higher level or were more invested in the results, Jane Foster would be a terrible card to play in this archetype. But in reality, how most people end up playing Snap, it's just like very good because they just stay in games like that where they're just like almost assuredly going to get dumpstered. Like, I can't tell you the number of times we'll be, like, doing something on stream and people will be like, oh my god, I can't believe they stayed. Why would they stay? And the answer to why my opponent stayed is almost assuredly because they were pushing buttons while they were pooping. There's not some deep depth to it. The answer is assuredly simply they were pushing buttons while they were pooping and didn't think that much about it. The stool stay.
Opponent snapped.
We'll do this. Oh, right, they're a Luke Cage deck. We're putting them on, right? So Quantum Relic is good for them. After I reach infinite, I rarely reach chance when I play my cards. But yeah, that's true too for a degree number of people. That's really not true for a lot of the people that I'm playing against. So you gotta remember when I'm queuing, we're queuing up a little bit higher on the ladder than that on average. Okay, so Enchantress is obviously a thing, but if they Enchantress here, they're at 15, and I'm gonna be at 11, 13. I'm gonna be at 17. Play 2 cards left, rip. That was our play? Oh, they have Luke Cage. They get us? No, I win the left on Havok, right? Yeah, okay. Let's see, you need an Enchantress, bud.
Victory.
They need an Enchantress plus something else.
Oh, snap.
9-2, high stakes round start now. Parachute here make me want to try this deck, and I've been meaning to get back around to this one. It honestly feels like a pretty solid build. It's definitely the most competitive Havok deck I've played to set a low bar. You know, and obviously that's just like an incredibly low bar, but it's reality. I think I want to play this because I want to get my hand kind of empty for Jane Foster. The question is, do I want to play it into London or not? Probably not. Have you played the Helicarrier Loki deck? I have not. Thank you, Danger Room. I mean, honestly, all things considered, that could have gone much worse for us. Havok, Iron Man, and Darkhawk all stayed in my deck there. So verdict on Supergiant. Supergiant is a very sweet off-meta tech tool. Do not expect her to be in any of the best decks in the format, though. Alright, we want to not draw Nebula. Havok, it'll do big. If I play Havok this turn, I get to draw my Iron Man and Darkhawk guaranteed. However, playing Havok this turn means that I'm going to take priority. But that's fine. I can go Cosmo Iron Man next turn. Okay, work through it. I did take priority here, yeah. Honestly, even if we didn't have priority here, we just go Iron Man Darkhawk on the right and not have to worry about Enchantress. I think we were good either way. Priority means that we get to potentially save our stuff with the dog. But even without the dog, we're still in a good spot. So they had 2 big things. The Darkhawk is 10. I played some Lockdown today, and a lot of times my opponent's Supergiant just helps my Alliance. Well, yeah, you shouldn't be playing Supergiant into the Lockdown deck. There's a laundry list of cards that Supergiant is good against. But the Lockdown cards are not on them.
Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
Almost got the triple. Oh yeah, we got the triple. Good clean living.
Victory.
All right, gamers, that was a fun set. I like this deck a lot.